Hi everyone, welcome to Healthy Lying, and today I'm gonna tell you a couple unusual, maybe strange stories about the events, about the things that happened here during my stay in Prague. Because when we travel, it's not only about the museums, the art galleries, or history. It's also about traveling is also about people. The stories they tell, the stories you accidentally hear on the streets, in the bars, in the restaurants. So yeah, but you don't always have a camera with you. You just don't have time to take your camera and put it and turn it on. So some stories just could not be shown live, but they could be told afterwards, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna tell you some stories about the Prague, some strange and different, some strange and unusual moments that happened during my stay here in Prague. The first story connected to this place, to this shop that sells wooden dolls and marionettes, and more precisely connected to this green wooden dragon, which is now inside, but often it is outside, and it's just put outside to attract more visitors to the shop. So one day I was walking around, and three guys, I assume they were from Scotland, they were standing in front of the shop and discussing something. I haven't heard the beginning of their conversation, but when I came close, one of them was talking to his friends, and he said, guys, this is not just a dragon. You all must know that drones were invented long before the 20th and 21st centuries. The drones were invented in ancient China, and the first dragons were actually the first drones. So guys, if you one day meet a dragon, so just don't be afraid. It's not a creature that would probably put you on fire. It's just a drone, just an ancient drone. Another story connected to the square here in Prague called Karlovy Náměstí, and it is also connected to beer, to alcohol, and a couple of guys who were completely drunk. There is a city in Czech Republic called Karlovy Vary. It is to the northwest from Prague, near the border of Germany. It's a completely Russian-speaking city. There are lots of Russians live there. Lots of people speak Russian in Karlovy Vary, but that's not the point. So we have Karlovy Náměstí in Prague and Karlovy Vary, the city out of Prague. It takes an hour or so by train to get there. Couple guys, as I understand, they were Ukrainian, completely drunk, were absolutely upset, completely upset, I'd say, when the tram stopped at the Karlovy Náměstí, and this was the last stop. The tram terminated at that stop. They were completely upset, and they were demanding that that this is a fraud, and they were tricked, and somebody promised them that this tram would get them to Karlovy Vary and not to some fucking square in the center of Prague. So yeah, beer could do lots of things to your mind and to how you to your mind and to how you see things in life. So just be careful with the beer, and remember, if you wanna get to Karlovy Vary from Prague, you need a train, not a tram. There are lots of fancy old cars in Prague. Here it is, another example of an old fancy car. And one more just nearby. You need to be very attentive while walking around here in Prague. For example, you could just see the head of the zebra in a cafe. Just simple, yeah, simple and easy, just easy. The head of the zebra. I wonder if this is the same zebra's head Jeremy Clarkson was trying to fit into the trunk of Ford Fiesta during his casual review on this car in Top Gear. Maybe you remember that episode. Another fun episode happened pretty much at exactly that place when I heard how two ladies were discussing the way the street toilet works, operates, and they were discussing it, and in particular one of them asked another how it works, and one of them told her friend, it's very simple. You just pay, and the door opens. Oh yeah, the guys over there are having fun at night. So the way she described it, you just pay and the door opens, and I thought, okay, she just described the way the entire modern world works, not just the street toilet. You need to pay, and pretty much every doors are opened. So it's just the way not only the street toilets operate, but the whole modern world. Yeah, you just pay, and every door in front of you would be open. You just need to pay. So she were exactly right, and probably she cracked the system, the operating, the way the entire modern world operates. If you are not very attentive, you could miss such a snake on the house. Look. Guys, probably this is the last. This is the Charles Bridge, and this is probably the last point of destination, and it's time to end our episode devoted to different stories. Here on the Charles Bridge, I want you to tell a story about the building. When I walk, when I walk here and I'm on the Charles Bridge in the evening, I always see a building that is completely dark, but 3 windows on the second floor are always enlightened, and there is always light in these windows, and I don't know what's there. I don't know what this building is, but it is dark. The building is dark, no lights, and only 3 windows on the third floor have the lights in them, and every day it happens. Every day in the evening, those 3 windows have the lights in them, and the entire building is dark. I don't know what it is, what's the building, what's happening in those windows. I wanted to show those windows to you, but the camera, it's too dark, and the camera just cannot show you properly in a decent quality those windows. But you can check the Instagram, my Instagram below in the description. There I posted the photo of those windows. You can find this photo of those windows in my Instagram, and probably you'll get an impression about what I'm talking. And by the way, when you are entering the Charles Bridge, there is a short, real-time, real-life quest for you. You need to find 3 things. You need to spot at least 1 swan, at least 1 plane, and at least 1 penguin. In addition to these, you need to spot 1 Eiffel Tower, but I assume that's really simple, so that's why this is an additional task to this quest. So if you complete this quest and spot at least 1 swan, 1 penguin, and 1 plane, you'll get some kind of a secret prize, and maybe some points to your karma. So that's it, guys. It's time to end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Healthy Lying, share, like this video, and I'll see you soon. And remember that traveling is not only about the historical places, it's also about stories, your stories, the stories of other people. So share your stories with your friends, colleagues, with everyone. So don't forget about that. Good night. See you soon.